remember that. We want.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome everybody in the chat room. Welcome everybody here. We're going to have a great show tonight. I'm Chris Harmon along with Kelly Joe. This will be an amazing show. How are you doing tonight, Kelly?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Another day, another week of hard work and a good night of fun.
And what are we going to talk about tonight?
Tonight we'll be discussing out-of-body experiences, also maybe even some dreams. And sometimes when you're dreaming, you don't realize it, but you are going out of body.
Absolutely. And if you have dreams that you want us to interpret, write them down in the room.
Right, yeah, put them in the chat room, and then we'll be happy to answer. And if you have any questions for me or Kelly, please put them in the chat. We'll be glad to answer. And it has been a little bit warmer today, but they're saying some of that white snowy stuff is coming in the next few days.
Alburo.
Yeah.
Here we have freeze warnings for all week for here where I am in Florida. I'm in the Panhandle, so it's been extraordinarily cold.
Yeah, that is a little unusual for you guys, ain't it?
Yeah. The other last week it was in the high 70s, and then it went all the way down to freezing. It's like, okay, we're having a roller coaster with the weather.
Yeah, to go from 70 down to, well, yeah, that is quite a plummet.
Only in Florida.
Yep. Although there was a Christmas about 4 years ago here in Illinois. We had 82 degrees on Christmas. That was unusual for us.
I remember when I moved here from Michigan, Florida, I was on the East Coast and it was 80 degrees at Christmas time. It was totally weird in palm trees. It's like in green. It's like, okay, that's a different Christmas.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. And I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Chris is here. Kelly Joe is here. I'm here. And hello to everybody in the chat room. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We'll answer them for you. And have you ever out of body, went out of body, Kelly?
Oh, yeah. A lot. Sometimes I'll have people say that I visited them if they were sick at nighttime, or I also can see other places, like people's houses when I'm out of body. So I've had that happen. And when you dream, like you say, you're out of body, you're traveling.
Oh, yeah. And would you say it's hard to do out of body experiences, or
no? And they say that you're connected by the silver cord, and you can go anywhere you want, and it's not going to break. People sometimes are afraid the cord's going to break, but the only time that the silver cord disconnects is when you pass on.
Right.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I do know when you have an out of body experience, there's little things that can trigger you to come right back. It could be a phone ringing or even a doorbell that triggers you to go right back into your body.
Totally. Have you ever, I, one time when I was younger, have you ever slammed into your body wrong and woke up with a crick in your neck?
That might have been what's happened to me a few times. There's been times I woke up like, damn, I felt like I just like landed or something.
Oh, yeah. You jar yourself awake because you go in your body too hard.
Right.
And it's fun to go to like different, I've met other people in my astral travels, and I had one friend, they were afraid to go through a wall. They didn't realize they were in astral body, and they ended up getting stuck in the middle. And I kept talking to the person. I said, just walk through. You can walk through. I'm stuck. Finally got that he could walk through and he was okay, but he was stuck there for a minute. I said the same principles don't apply when you're feeling.
Yeah. I don't know for sure that I've ever had an out of body experience, but I've had a lot of dreams that were so real. I know they couldn't have just been dreams because I really felt like I was physically there in some ways. So I might have been.
Yes, sometimes we do totally go to another place in, transport to that place. And sometimes it can be precognitive,
Right.
you know.
So I've had dreams over the years of seeing people I didn't even know who they were, but yet I felt for sure like I'd been there, that I was there when I would come back here.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can, when you astral, you can travel back and forth in time. You can go backwards and you can go forwards and you can go present time too, real time.
Yeah. You can also do that with what I teach, remote viewing. You can also travel that way too, which in some cases, if you get deep into remote viewing, you can almost physically go somewhere and see so much. I love it.
It's cool. I remember a friend dared me to come and visit them, and I did. And I described that they were sitting on the steps, and I described their whole house for them, and I'd never been to their house. And that was really fun. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. Hello, everybody in the chat room. And some people often say there's dangers with going out of body. I don't think there's any dangers to it at all, as long as as long as you get completely relaxed and just clear your mind. You can pretty much go out of body pretty easily. It takes practice at first, but just let your mind just wander, and then you'll be surprised where you wind up. You can also set an intention in your mind of where you want to go, and then you will go, I'm sure.
Yes, absolutely. And it's like speed of light. It doesn't take any time at all.
And then if you want proof that you've been there, that you went somewhere, then take notes in your mind, take mental notes, and then call that person up later and say, were you making pancakes at 6 o'clock this morning with a cup of coffee in your hand?
Yep, absolutely. And they'll confirm what you saw.
Right. So everybody in the chat, it's good to see you. Great to be here. If any of you in the chat have ever had an out of body experience or even a dream that seems so real, please let us know. We'd love to hear from it. We'd love to hear about your dreams and your out of body experiences. I've had so many dreams over the years that were so realistic. I mean, just so. And I know I must have out of bodied or went somewhere because I didn't even know the people who I saw in my dreams, but I knew I went somewhere. So
You can go to other places and other dimensions and everything. And also you can do energy work and healing, where intention is, energy follows.
right. I never thought about that, but you're right. You could always go somewhere and do healing energy work while you're there, and then come back here. That really, actually, that would probably help me out a lot because I do a lot of what they call remote healing for people, just from where I'm at here. and I can always do that when I'm out of body too, probably.
Oh, totally. I had a friend that was getting an operation. He said I showed up before he went under. He felt so much better. And then when he woke up, he says I was standing there letting him know he'd be okay. And that's nice to get confirmation that it worked, you know.
Oh yes. In fact, I did some remote healing for somebody here just a couple months ago, and she called. She actually messaged me, said, "Are you healing? Are you doing healing right now for us?" It was for her son. Actually, her son was sick. I said, "Yeah, I'm doing healing, or I was." She was, "Well, I thought I could feel it even from my end. I got warm." I said, "Well, yeah, I was doing it." It's one thing I've had people tell me when I do healing for them, remote healing, they feel a warmth come over their body. So that's kind of a confirmation that I am working on them.
It's wonderful to get confirmation that it helps them. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've done so much healing for people that they sent me messages back saying how it helped them, completely helped them in more ways they could ever imagine. That's the best part of doing all this work, is being able to help people. That's the best part of all.
Sometimes I'm totally unaware of, where I am or what I do. Sometimes and a person will call me and say, "Oh, you helped me so much." I say, "What did I do?" "Oh, you came to me in a dream and da, 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 da." It's like, neat. I don't remember, but good.
I think sometimes a person who is sick can call for a person, and then sometimes maybe we come to them, we don't even know we came to them.
Right. Absolutely. I've had that happen a few times.
I think it could be our soul or our conscience taking us places we need to be that we didn't realize because we're so busy fiddling around with other stuff.
Absolutely. I agree. But yeah, the dreams are so vivid, that, you can preconceive whole towns before you go. Also, you can do past lives that way, in your dreams.
And thank you to everybody who was here in the chat room. Thank you to Chris, and thank you to Michelle and everybody who was here. We love having you here. And speaking of past lives, what do you see for me in my past life? Do you see me doing anything in particular, or?
It feels like you were like in the 1800s, and you were wealthy and you had a top hat and you lived in like New York, and it was the time of when the men wore all the ruffly shirts. And then also I see you as a smithy, a blacksmith.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you are very good with horses too. I see you
Wow.
have like a ranch with horses. You like the male body. I also see you as a woman with blonde hair back in the 1900s, and you had what you call a benefactor, and you traveled. You were very willful, and you did things yourself.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's see here. Michelle says, "I have received great guidance from you all." Thank you so much, Michelle.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
And I also heard that somebody once told me that is where I first met my friend that I'm with, Rachel. I met her in a past life and was married to her, so that could be too.
Yes, I agree. I see you guys together just during the plains time. When you built your house on the plains.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see here. Michelle wants to know what is her. Excuse me. What are Michelle's past lives?
Well, you definitely were alive during the Gilded Age, because I see like all the parasols and the fancy dresses and all that. And I also see it you being when they did the minuet. you know, the time of Mozart. That's what I'm getting for her. And she also was a male in Persia, and she had those beautiful a black stallion that she rode. That was her horse. So I see that,
Oh, great. And then we got, let's see who else we have here. Oh, we got Roger and we got Casey. Let's see here. Roger wants to know, what type of past lives do you have for me?
he definitely was like a a guy that would go and get furs. He was like a mountain man and would get furs. I hear I killed the bear.
Yeah.
And then I also see him, and he was Native American in one lifetime too. I see him as a Shoshone, and he was a male. He was really a good hunter, really good with a bow and arrow. I don't know if you've ever tried a bow and arrow. You'd probably be a crack shot. So those are the two lives that I pick up on you.
All right. Let's see here. Michelle says, amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Let's see
You're
who else.
welcome. And she said that she is connected to the Gilded Age. Michelle said that. She has a connection to that.
Oh, great. Casey wants to know, or Cassie, I think it is, can you see my past lives?
You lived in France and you were a French doctor. You were a surgeon. And you knew about washing your hands before it was right to do. So you were a very good surgeon. Also, I see you as a female and going to college, like in the late 1900s, auburn hair, and you were a prolific writer when you were in college then. So you were writing books back then. Had a short life in that lifetime, but that's what I'm seeing.
Great. Michelle says, for some reason, I have a connection to the Gilded Age and
Gilded Age.
Gilded Age and World War II.
Do you remember being a turret driver in World War II? I'm seeing you in that like a gunny, like in the ball of the plane. So tell me if you feel an affinity for that.
Roger says, let's see here. Oh, I think that's spot on for me. Servants of my ancestors were for traders and a few Native Americans. Thanks, Kelly.
Oh, cool.
Casey says, very interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have a message from Chris here. He says, whatever spirit needs me to know tonight, please and thank you.
I don't know what the contract is, but there's a contract coming for you. It's a good thing. So it's business. It's a contract. And then savings. They're showing me a piggy bank with a bunch of pennies in it. That means you're going to have savings. That's just my symbol for it. What do you get, Chris, on him?
Yeah, I definitely see savings. I feel like he's going to make more money in the coming months. That'll be beneficial to him. And I think the contract is going to be something that he's going to be glad he took. He's going to be glad he got a hold of that contract. It's going to pay. It's going to. I keep hearing the word like payoff or something. Like it's going to pay off for him, whatever that might mean.
And then in the past life, I see him as a vaudeville act.
Ooh,
doing comedy. I see vaudeville, a male, vaudeville. There we go. Say that fast 500 times.
vaudeville.
There.
If you get hung up, take a Advil.
Yep.
We got Anna that says, hello, "Hi Kelly and Joe, and hello Chris, hello Ann."
And then Casey says she's connected to the Gilded Age too. She has dreams about it. Yeah, you were alive back then too. And you feel like you were in Chicago. There's a connection with Chicago and you, Casey.
Ooh, interesting. And we got Anna here in the chat says, "Kelly Joe, when is my long distance male friend going to contact me?"
Next couple weeks. I'm seeing 2 weeks. I don't know why. I see like a text. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, I say a couple weeks from now, yeah, thereabouts. And ooh, we got a good message here from Deke Body. Deke Bobby, any chance of a reading for me, please? Sure, Deke.
You do have to make a choose because you've been too iffy. So decide. And then movement forward. You're going to do a lot of deep healing of the past and you're going to move forward. And there's a move for you. I see a different residence. So, and that's this next year. And it's better for you. And there is a better job opportunity coming for you in July. There we go.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Deke, for your coming and being with us tonight. And Chris says, "Oh, thanks, you very cool. Any time frame on the contract?"
March, April. That's what I'm hearing. What do you hear?
Towards the end of March, maybe going into April, like the first week or so of April. Ooh, we got a nice question from Casey here. Casey wants to know, can you tell us the message you received from someone's guardian? I was not in the chat earlier and may have missed it.
What someone's guardian? What? I don't understand.
I don't either. Cassie, can you be a little bit more descriptive? And then if you can do that, we'll be able to pinpoint what you're discussing. Oh, Chris says that would be such a blessing. Thanks. Thank you, Chris.
Well, what I can do, Casey, I can see what your guardian has to say. Your guardian says sometimes you don't always listen. You get too busy and go poo it. When you're talked to, listen and they'll give you the proper guidance. So that's for you. And you have a big biblical guy with a brown robe like a little monk. He's a big monk. He's tall and big. So that's your guardian, and you're on the correct path.
All right, thank you very much. And let's see. Ann Iva says, Kelly Joe, after this man contacts me, will there be a romantic development for us?
It feels iffy to me. I don't get that he's solid with it. I don't feel real solid with that. What do you get?
Now, I think it'll be more of a I don't want to use the term business, but more just like a friendship that just kind of remains just more or less friends. I don't see anything coming out of that. Nothing, no relationship type thing. More of just a casual friendship.
Oh, okay. Casey says in the room, the title of our video tonight is Someone's Guardian Broke Through Tonight. They wanted to know what message. Well, with that, it's like follow your path and trust it. And we're all part of the light, and the light will shine so that you find your way always. That's what I get.
Thank you very much, Kelly. And if anybody has any questions that they're listening to this show, please put them in the chat. We'll answer them. And I know for me, just from some of the things I've learned over the years, it's better to sometimes you get in a situation where you feel stuck or you feel trapped or you're unsure. But I learned to listen to myself and listen to what my guardians are saying. Listen carefully, and when I listen, then I tend to know which way to go just by listening, instead of jumping to a conclusion, because I can give myself the wrong answers. I know what I want, and there's a difference between what you want and what they're telling you. And if you listen, I'm still learning that too. There are
Like
times,
I said, absolutely. It's like the still small voice, not the chatter voice.
right. And Dee Dee Dollar wants to know, what was my past lives? Thank you, she says.
You were in a desert and you were a man. You were like the people of Dune. You know, they were all dressed up in all the cloths so they don't get burnt, and walking up over a hill with a camel. And what would that be like? Saudi Arabia or someplace like that.
Yeah.
And then you also were an Egyptian, and you were one of the people that did the hieroglyphs. I see you doing that. And then you were a female in Japan, and you were a geisha. A geisha. So I see those for you.
Sounds great. And we have Asha Sherry wants to know what. Pull it up here. What did Hold on, I gotta get up here so I can see it.
I can't read it either. What? It's some name. What did, I don't know what name, think of me when he saw my photo? He thought you were pretty.
And then she also says, she said it is an arrangement, an arranged management proposal. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't either. Okay, here's a good question from Chris. Chris wants to know. He says, "Does our dog Nugget have anything he would like to say to us? Please and thank you."
He loves you so much, and he loves his new treats. He's feeling better. And he goes, I'm happy. And I can breathe better. I don't know what that's about, but he says, I can breathe better. I feel better and I can breathe better. What do you get, Chris?
Yeah, I think you might have maybe lung issues or something for a while. But I think it's all, well, once you cross over, it's all cleared up. You're able to run around, play, and have fun, and so I think he's happy. He's playing around. He may even come back to visit sometimes. I know my cat that I lost years ago comes back to visit once in a while. Like I hear it.
Our animals are with us always, and they go in and out through the veil even after they passed. They come to visit.
Like I'll never forget. I saw an animal psychic one time. It's been maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I was asking her about my cat if he still comes around, and she goes, and she was able to speak to him. And she goes, "Yeah, he comes back to protect you because he's doing his job." And she said she never heard of that before. She never heard of an animal telling her that they're doing a job. And she said my cat said he was doing his job protecting me.
Well, yeah, I know the dogs. They have jobs. I've heard that a lot in my readings with pets. Especially a working dog.
And how many? Do you have any animals now, Kelly?
Yep, I have Josie, a little hound dog.
Uh, how my
She's
folks?
like 11 years old.
Ooh,
Do you have pets?
I used to have a white cat, blue eyes. It was a Himalaya, but passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, his name was Himmy Cat. We called him Himmy. He was a white Himalaya with blue eyes, and me and him were like this every night. Believe it or not, every night I would bend over and we put our heads together. And we'd sit there like with our heads together for like sometimes up to 15 minutes, just sit there with our heads together. I never knew why. I never knew why he wanted to do that, but he'd always put our heads together.
Ah, well, that's how he connected with you. It shows you that you're his person.
Right.
You were his person.
And yeah, I've had one cat, and right now my parents have a dog with they call it Riley, Riley, little dog that runs around. But animals are very very psychic. They can see things and know things instantaneously that some of us can't. But then of course animals have no worries over their heads or nothing, so they're free to see and hear all.
Oh, yeah. They're the first one to see stuff, let you know there's something there.
Like
My,
sometimes, yeah.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
When I first got Josie, she wasn't used to me, and spirits come visit all the time. She'd go around the house bugging out. It took her like 6 months to get used to all the spirits.
Yeah.
Poor baby. Now she just lays there. She's fine. But when I first got her, she's bugging out all the time.
Never forget I had an ET visit me one morning. It was like 5:30 in the morning, and I wanted to see if my cat was seeing the same gentleman I was seeing. So I looked back at my cat. My cat was just sitting there like, "Oh yeah, it's just him." I'm like, "Okay."
Any other questions in the room here, guys?
But yeah, so when did you first learn to remote view, or were you just born with that ability yourself? Or
Probably when I was 16, I started working on with another psychic, and I would remote view and work on murder cases. Solved a lot of them.
oh, that's great. And Michelle says, "My cat loves the energy here. My dog doesn't like it."
Yeah, it depends on the temperament of the animal too. Yes.
Oh, we got Sprink saying hello, Sprink, and she has a question. She wants to know. Yeah,
All right.
you can ask a question, Sprink.
Go ahead and put it in the chat room. I'll do Michelle. She says she wants to know what we're wanting to know. You are moving forward. You're more peaceful than you've been, and you're going to write a book.
Thank you. And we got Sprink says, "What is?" Oh, let me bring it up here. What is the deal with this Virgo named Nico who recently entered my life, please?
I just get in and out. That's what I'm getting. What do you get, Chris?
Um, I don't feel anything. I feel like it's like you're saying in and out. I don't see anything like long term or anything sticking around. I don't feel anything. Nothing that's going to be here in the next few weeks. So, if that makes any sense. No, she says I am Chaley. Thank you. Okay, sorry, Chaley.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I discovered I was psychic. I always knew I had something, but growing up as a kid, I knew there were times I would know if a person was lying or not. I could see right through them. Not even you're lying to me. You're lying. How do you know? I know. And then as I got older, I began to um, know things like knew something was going to happen. I knew something wasn't going to happen, and vice versa. And I just knew it, and nobody else in the house acted like that. It was just always me. And sometimes I want, but then I learned later that sometimes anybody who's had ET experiences or extraterrestrial encounters usually have a psychic ability or a psychic gift. So I would imagine that's where I got it from. But one of my favorite psychics I used to watch on TV was Sylvia Brown. So would watch her and kind of learned a little bit from her. And then the older I got, the more I started to hone in on my psychic abilities. I started, I want to say, practicing maybe a little bit, and I began to ground myself and listen more. That's the biggest thing about learning to be psychic is listening and not just speaking.
Right. Correct. And it isn't any analyzation either. It ain't no thinking thing.
No, you either know it or you don't.
Right.
If you don't know something, then tell the person you don't know. Don't
right. Don't say you see something if you don't.
Right. Spirit guides don't like that, believe me. I was in a meeting one day, and everybody in the meeting was talking to the spirit guides, and everybody was saying, "Mine's here, I feel it. Mine's here, I feel it." And she said hers is here, and he said his was here. I was sitting in the chair, and I said, "Well, mine's not here." When I said not here, I got the biggest shove on my left shoulder. I thought, "Okay, you're here."
Let you know that.
Literally, they literally shoved my shoulder. I'm like, "Okay." Make a liar out of me.
But it's nice to do this work and have people trust you and help people.
It is, and we got forgot what her name is now, but Sherry or whoever. I forgot what Chelly, I think she calls herself. True filters are for dishwashers, not for us psychics.
Yep.
And so, when did you first figure out you were psychic? Did you kind of had a knowing, Kelly?
Well, yeah, I've always known. I've always seen, heard since I was a little kid, like 2 and 3.
Now, did you ever have ET encounters or anything of that nature?
Oh yeah, yep. When I was in Michigan, I had, I really did have a ship land, and there was burn marks in the field, and they were like blonde-haired, blue-eyed, sing-songy aliens, and they had like the blue bodysuit with the triangle and a swish through it, and they took me in the ship and they showed me future stuff in like a ball that like it was like a hologram. Right. And they show me all kinds of pictures of the future. It was really really cool.
And they allowed you to remember all of that too when you came back, huh?
Yeah, and I've seen grays. The little tiny grays. Also seen the blue ones, people that are all blue, and then the ones that are. I've seen the good lizard ones, the green and blue, aqua blue, nice lizards ones, and then a blue. I don't even know where he was from. I called him Squiggly ever since I was a kid. They had like 5 different eyes that came up on little tendrils,
Yeah.
and he was just like a blob, and he would like levitate over the ground. So you know, and I wasn't afraid of any of these beings.
No, no. So it's one thing that ETs or extraterrestrials will not do is they will not do anything to scare us. If they think we're scared, they're going to change into a different. They'll change into a scene, into a picture that we are more comfortable with. I've had
Right,
some.
right.
I've had some witnesses say they saw bunny rabbits or they saw their favorite cartoon character standing in front of them. When in reality it was an ET. They were coming in a more gentle form. So that way they don't harm or scare. And
Michelle says she wakes up and her curtains are open. Is it a dream or did you really see them? Yeah, you really saw the aliens.
then we got Sherry, or I forgot her name. Sorry about that, dear. I had like 3 praying mantises in my house visiting me last summer. I swear there was an um, something with that happening. Yes,
Something esoteric was happening.
esoteric. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
there's like the ones that look like praying mantis. There's some good and some bad of those. And
yeah.
then,
Yeah, the praying mantises are the ones I've seen quite often, and I've never. It was always peaceful for me. I enjoyed my visits actually, what I can remember from them, and I don't never knew if I was remembering this correctly. But when I'm aboard craft, I remember seeing a couple times. Remember seeing a room where we heal people, where we take people aboard the craft and we heal them and then bring them back to their here on Earth, but I always remember seeing a healing room. It's like kind of like an operating room. That's the room where we do the healing.
I believe that they can do energy work and healing for us.
Yeah,
And I believe that they watch us since little kids. I believe that, they watch us throughout, our lifetime if we're picked up by aliens.
yeah. They're not going to let us get extinct. They wouldn't never do that for us.
Right. Dell says, did Nugget take? Yes, dogs and cats do take negative energy.
And then we got one last one. Chris says, if you have time, any insights into my next phase of mediumship, please, and thank you.
Yes, you're our medium, so trust it. You're going to do good with the mediumshipping. You've always been a medium. You've always seen the dead. And you're very good at it. So don't shut it down. Keep the flow going. There you go.
And make sure you do a lot of listening because you're gonna. I myself have learned if you listen, you're gonna do better than if you just make a quick answer.
Right.
I get in trouble sometimes if I don't listen. Believe me, I've done that many times. But we got. She says, I also had a dragonfly show up in my bedroom on the day I found out my best friend was in jail, and Spirit gave me 444 that day as well.
I don't know what 444 is. I guess information.
That could be, or maybe a number of some sort. I know. I used to see the number seven quite a bit when I was a kid. I always see sevens.
That's a higher good number.
I know they say God's perfect number was seven. I've heard that before, so maybe that's got kind of a correlation.
Yes, I've heard that also. Oh,
Oh,
she said she saw the number 444 that day. Okay. So if you added up 8 and 4 is 12, and it adds up to a 3, and that's the Trinity. So there you go.
yep.
Well, I thank everybody, and I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
See everybody next Tuesday, and thank you to everybody in the chat who's been here with us today. It's been a fun evening, evening. I started to say afternoon. It's been great, and we look forward to seeing everybody back here next week. And if anybody has any more questions, save them. We'll be here next week to help you out. And this is Casey Kaysen. This is Chris Harmon and Kelly Joe saying thank you very much. And most importantly, thank you, Kelly. It's been wonderful with you tonight.
Thank you.
And wonderful. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We love you too. You're here. We're here because you're here.
My gosh, they're all going against the wind.
Thank you. That was